Hi, my name is Caitlin Johnson, and I'm going to teach you how to solve linear equations using algebra tiles. So our first equation is x plus 3 equals 6 minus 2x minus 3, which then can distribute into x plus 3 equals 6 minus 2x plus 3, because a negative times a negative is a positive. And on our left we have one green unknown x plus 3 positives constants, and on our right we have two negative x's, unknowns, with 6 constants and 3 constants. So now that has simplified into x plus 3 equals 9 minus 2x. So now that we have distributed and we have our variables and constants on both sides of our equation, now we want to move our variables to one side of our equations and our constants to our other. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our negative 2x and we're going to move it to the other side. And so how we get rid of negative 2x is we add 2x to it, and so now we have 0 pairs on one side, and now we have 2 positive x's on the other, and so now it is simplified into 3x plus 3 equals 9, because there's no x's on the right side anymore. So now that we have 3x on the left side by itself, we still have plus 3 on the left side with it. And so we're going to move the plus 3 to the other side of the equation on the right side. And how you get rid of plus 3 is you subtract 3. And so we're going to subtract 3 from positive 3 on the left side, which makes 3 0 pairs. And we're going to subtract 3 from the right side, because what you do to the left side, you do to the right side, and that creates 3 0 pairs on the left side and 3 0 pairs on the right side. So now you're ended up with 3x equals 6. Now that we know that 3x equals 6, now we have to divide each side by 3 to find out what 1x equals. And so to divide by 3, we space out our 3 x's into 3 parts, and then our 6 into 3 parts, which makes 3 groups of 2. Now that we have divided each side by 3, we know that x equals 2, and we have solved our equation. Our next equation is 3 times x minus 6 equals negative 2 times x minus 1, which distributes into 3x minus 18 equals negative 2x plus 2. So this is modeled by 3 positive x's on the left side with 18 negative constants, and on the right side we have 2 negative variables with 2 positive constants. So our next step is to move our variables to one side and our constants to the other, but we will start with moving our negative 2x to the left side. So we add 2x to the right side to make 2 0 pairs, and then we add 2x to the left side, which makes it 5x. And so now that we have 2 0 pairs on the right side, we have 5x minus 18 equals 2. Now that we have our variables on the left side, we're going to move our constants to the right side. So to get rid of negative 18, we are going to add 18, which makes one giant 0 pair, or 18 0 pairs, but I chose to circle it once. And then now that we have a 0 pair on the left, we added 18 to the right side, so that simplifies to 5x equals 20. Now that we know that 5x equals 20, we need to divide 5x by 5 to find out what 1x equals. And so I divided my 5x's in separate groups, and it was kind of hard to model that, but I moved them around, and then I moved my constants into 5 groups, which ended up into 5 groups of 4. So now that we have divided by 5, we know that 1x equals 4, and we have solved our equation. And that is how to model linear equations using algebra tiles.